Micah 7 and 8, one verse. I know you got smartphones. If you got Siri, ask Siri to help you out a little bit if you need the assistance. Are you there, Middleton?
Amen.
And the rest of y'all, you're there, let it be known by saying amen. Amen. Let's go to God in prayer before we go forth with His word. God, today, we, your people, are asking for manna from heaven on today. Yes. Bread of heaven, feed us until we won't no more in this place. God, today we ask you to throw your weight around in here so that you can get glory. Bind the hands of the enemy on assignment to destroy even your word. Oh, but today, God, we apply your blood to the word right now. In the name of Jesus, God, be glorified in this place. Send a glory cloud, oh God, so thick that the enemy has to leave this atmosphere. In the name of Jesus, get glory in this place, Holy Ghost. Hey, glory to God. Get glory, God. Your people are depending on you to show up and show out on our behalf. And because I know you're a God that answers the prayers of your people, we go ahead and thank you in advance. We agree that it is so. And so it is. One scripture. I am reading in the New King James Version, and it does read, "Do not rejoice over me, my enemy. When I fall, I will arise."
I will.
That's as far as I want to go right there. And do not rejoice over me, my enemy. When I fall, I will arise. I will.
Oh, I like it.
Topic for today is?
Topic for today is?
Don't come for me.
Don't come for me.
Don't come for me. Maybe y'all can tell them, don't come for me. Hello. I may fall, but I'm going to get back up, so don't come for me. Don't let this temporary situation mess you up. Oh, my God, my God. I'm going to preach down on the inside. Don't come for me. You may be seated in the house of the Lord. Yes, don't come for me. Through the hardships that occur in my life, at some point you can find yourself becoming a victim to falling. Am I right about it? This falling can be done in the form of getting out of the will of God, not trusting God as you should, not praying and fasting when led by the Spirit to do so, and the list goes on. And unless the shoes are on your feet, it becomes easy for some to sit and laugh when someone else is down and out for the count. Oh, yes, it is. It's even easy to sit and point fingers in judgment when you're not the one faced with a certain predicament. It's easy to say what you would or would not do when the heat is not under your feet. Hello. I found that talk is cheap. The race is a little different when the baton is passed off to you and you're the one doing the running. Hello. But regardless of the stumbling blocks that are thrown in your path or in your lane, a promise was made to you that you will rise to the occasion. Yes. Regardless of the obstacles that are set to make you fall, the Bible said that you may fall, but you won't stay down. So Satan, don't come for me. I'm going to paint a picture. Let me paint. I'm an artist in the spirit. I got the paintbrush in my hand. And as long as the pastor is here, I know I'm going to preach. Hello. I forgot to honor him, but we got to give honor on this dude. Help me honor Apostle Yarba as he's in the building today. Can I move forward for God? He said I can. Growing up in a household full of children and a mom that was knee-high to a duck and was scared of absolutely nothing, I learned what it was to be bold and not back down from anybody, whether they were male or female. Oh, yeah. My mom taught me that the bigger they are, the harder they are. Y'all mama taught y'all the same thing? Hello, talk to me. She taught me that a tall tree can be chopped down. Y'all mama went to the same class as my mama. No. I learned that there is something around that can handle anybody, male or female, in any shape, form, or fashion that can get their attention. Y'all don't talk to me in here. I learned that there are people in this world that will follow up on words that actually come out of their mouth. But I also found out that there are some people that will throw a rock and hide their hand. And I thought there was a great little truth fight. Sit down, let me paint a picture. Can you rest the pastor? I learned that not everybody that talks big is big. I learned that everybody that talks macho is not macho. I learned that everybody that talks strength is not strong. I learned that everybody that talks power is not powerful. I learned that everybody that talks great is not have greatness on their life. Hello, talk to me. In fact, I found out through a relative that some people talk big to intimidate you so that you won't move. If they can get you scared enough to walk away by talking noise, they'll talk big noise. And because of people like this, I learned in life that not everything deserves a response. I'm preaching now. Evangelist said I'm preaching now. Some things are just not worth commenting on. Some things are just not worth responding to. Some things are just not worth your time or your energy. In fact, I got a saying that I will not allow my time to be wasted. Major energy on minor people. I don't have time for it. I'll say it again. Don't waste major energy on minor people. That sound like y'all know that. Hello. I just don't have that kind of time on my busy schedule. Let me talk about my busy schedule. I'm too busy praying for the youth on Monday. So you can't have that day of the week. I'm too busy praying for women on Tuesday. So that day is pretty tied up as well. I'm too busy praying for men all over this nation on Wednesday. And they need a lot of my attention because they're the head of the household that has to carry the load. So that day is booked up too. Hello. I'm too busy praying for my family on Thursday, and I love them so much until I take out some time and call them out by name. So there is no room in the end for you and your foolishness on that day. And I set aside Friday to pray for myself. And if don't nobody else care about me, I love me some me. So I'm going to make sure I take extra care of the Lord what it is on me. So my Friday is busy too. Oh, but we still got Saturday. But I set Saturday aside for choir rehearsal. And it takes a little time for the choir. They say the praise team. Praise team be in and out. But the choir, Lord, we got the card on Jesus. responsible by law.
That's it.
So don't come for me unless you are ready to be arrested.
All right.
I'll arrest you in the spirit. Oh, y'all looking at a prayer warrior now. Come on, talk to me. The Bible tells us that the enemy comes to steal. He comes to kill and he comes to destroy. It's his job to steal your happiness and make you believe you can't have him. It's his job to kill your harmony and make you think that you are not entitled to a peaceful life. It's his job to destroy your plans and make you think that God does not have a strategic plan for your life. Oh, come on, talk to me. But it is your job to know that you got power to tread over the head of serpents, and when the enemy comes at you, learn to open your mouth and tell him, don't come for me, baby. Don't do that to yourself. This ain't what you're looking for. I told somebody at work that, baby, you don't want these set of problems. This is a set you don't want. A little cray-cray on the inside of this little woman here. Y'all little cray-cray too, don't judge me. Looking at all the cray-cray in here. In some shape, form, or fashion, you're a cray-cray too. All the crazy people, put your hands together. You're on the road to recovery. And at least you got a problem first. Hello, talk to me. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Don't come for something that does not belong to you. You can't come in my house and say, I'm here to get my wife, Mrs. Middleton. Unless you are Mr. Middleton. Because if you do such a thing, what you actually come for is a bullet and a beat down. He's going to give you the bullet, and I got two boys that's going to give you the beat down. It ain't going on in my house. Y'all don't hear me. I belong to the Lord. I belong to the great I am. I belong to the King of Kings. I belong to the Lord of Lords. I belong to the Almighty. I belong to the mighty Counselor. I belong to the everlasting Father. Oh, so I don't belong to you, so don't come for me. When I tell y'all I'm preaching, y'all don't hear me. I can pick myself off.
Reverend, you're preaching better than we shout.
Come on, Apostle. Y'all heard it from the Apostle. For myself, I have a seat. Where's your seat? Where's your seat? Where's your Apostle? Where's your seat? The Bible tells us that our enemies in the book of Micah today, he said not to rejoice when we fall because we will rise again. If you fall victim to falling, the problem comes when you don't have the courage needed to get back in the race. Some people see it as embarrassing. And yes, you can encounter some shameful things in this life. But nobody told us that this road would be easy, that we're going to travel. Especially when you're a child of God. I often tell my children, when you have an anointing, the enemy is looking for you. Or when you got glory on your life, the enemy is looking for you. He ain't trying to tear up his territory. He's trying to tear down God's territory. So don't become the bait that don't become a fish in the enemy's pond. Y'all don't hear me in here. That's it. Have a seat. Sit. Don't push me. Don't push me. Oh, thank you, baby. Tell me to take my time. Hello. God made a promise. He said, I'll be with you in the fire as I was with the 3 Hebrew boys. And if you go down, I'll be the one to help you stand back up. I must make you aware, however, that the enemy will sucker punch you.
You better say it.
I got to tell you that. That's what he does. He's not going to let you know he's coming. He's not going to give you a fair warning. He will hit below the belt. He desires to draw blood when he hits. And when he fights, he swings at a time when the lick will actually land. He's not like a lot of these girls that close their eyes when they fight and they just swing it in the air. They ain't hitting nothing but air. Nothing but air and opportunity. Open your eyes so you can see what you're doing, baby. Oh, y'all don't hear me. He's not like these girls that want to fight and what they call fighting is pulling each other's tracks out. No, that means I got to go back to the beauty salon. That ain't no fight. The enemy, his eyes is wide open, and when he swings, you're going to believe the lick is going to land. And he coming to do some things work together for the good of them that love the Lord, to them who are called according to his purpose. So even if I get knocked down, I have what the world does not have. And that's a Father that promised to pick me back up. If I get cast aside, he said I ain't going anywhere, so don't come for me. I said if I get cast down, he said I ain't going nowhere, so don't even come, don't come for me. If I am persecuted, I will not be forgotten by God, so don't even come for me. Everything going on in my life is working for my good, so don't even come for me. Oh, yeah. If you won't get glory out of my life, you won't. No, you will not. You won't. I'm telling you, you won't get glory out of my life thinking you're going to come for me. God's going to always get glory out of my life. I made a promise that God will get glory. Y'all don't hear me in here. Tell your neighbor, God will get glory.
God will get glory
out of my life. Put your hands together and bless. I'm pushing. So I tell the enemy, you can go on and laugh now, but he who laughs last. They laugh best. So don't come for me. Keep thinking you got me cornered. Keep thinking you don't mess me up. Keep thinking that I'm not going to get out of this. Keep thinking that this storm will not eventually pass. Keep thinking that I will not be the head that God promised that I would be. Keep thinking that I won't be above like God promised that I will be. Don't come for me unless you are ready to deal with my angels on assignment to block your foolishness. Oh, y'all don't hear me in here. Don't come for me unless you are ready to deal with the consequences behind your action. That's why the Bible gave you fair warning. He said, touch not my anointing, nor do my prophet any harm. There are circumstances that comes behind touching one of God's people. Oh, I'm talking now. I'm talking big talk. Because I'm not an ordinary person. I'm not the norm. I'll be your worst nightmare if you make my angels upset. So don't come for me. I didn't pay for salvation, but I paid for this anointing. And this anointing cost me both family and friends, so don't come for me. This is why I let you show out in the natural, why in the spirit I'm praying. The Bible said that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness. So many people think that it's just through the flesh that you will win, but that's not so. It's through prayer that you will win. It's through fasting that you will win. Now I'm talking. Yeah, see, some of y'all can fight real good in the flesh. But I'm a prayer warrior. I whoop you real good when I get down on my knees. Because when I get up, it's going to be trouble. It's going to be some furniture moving around here. If my angels have to get up and go do something extra. Say, this wasn't on the to-do list. You messing with people, I got you. Come on, talk to me. And if my angels can't get the job done, I got a prayer warrior over here called the Elder. And I believe his angels can get on this thing. And if your angel's tied up with trying to do something for you in your life, I just believe I can go to the good evangelist. And she's got an angel on assignment as well. She can tell my angel, look, can you free up 1 to 2 and go see about my pastor? Don't come for me. I'm getting ready to end because I'm hot. I sweat. When I pray, I even tell the enemy, don't even come for my children.
Amen.
Because I heard the song say, everything attached to me will.
Win.
Y'all heard it too, huh? I speak victory over my children. You will win. When somebody else telling you no, you will win. When they tell you you'll never make it, you will win. Oh, the devil is stupid if he thought you wasn't going to win. You think you ain't when you is. You think you won't when you will. Y'all don't hear me talking in here. Don't come for me. Have a seat. Have a seat. I'm about to end. Have a seat. I want for just for a second to reminisce for a moment about a great boxer by the name of George Foreman.
All right.
Now, many know him today by the appliances that have been named after him.
Yeah.
Because we got some at the house. Everybody should have a George Foreman. Hello, all the cooks. I'm not a cook, but my husband got one, thanks to you. I know what it looks like. I keep it clean. Thank you, don't judge me. But at one point in life, he was one of the greatest boxers around. George Foreman was an American former professional boxer who competed from 1969 to 1977 and again from 1987 to 1997. He was nicknamed Big George and is a two-time world heavyweight champion and an Olympic gold medalist. And what I like about George today is outside the world of boxing, he is now an ordained minister. Somebody knock some sense into him. In 1976, some of y'all wasn't born, but just trust me on this. Named the fight of the year, George Foreman and Ron Lyle went to war in the boxing ring. George Foreman obtained a devastating punch by Ron that many thought had ended the fight in Las Vegas. He was knocked down. And this was detrimental for those that watch back boxing because how dare anybody knock down George?
Right.
George was the man, remember, that knocked out Frazier in the second round to go on and win the fight. So how dare you knock out George? I hope your car is running on the outside because there's going to be some trouble when he do recover from this knockout. This was not the behavior of Big George. He was too great of a fighter to get knocked down by anybody. Yet he was indeed knocked down. But however, something on the inside of him said it ain't over until it's over, and he recovered from the hit. George went on at this particular time to actually win this fight. George did not allow this to overwhelm him and who he was and the job that he knew he had to do. His actions showed the enemy, don't come for me. As he stood back up and continued on with the fight. He did not fold. His action said, don't come for me. George may have appeared weak for a moment, but that's not how he ended. He may have appeared defeated for a moment, but that's not how it's ended. Yes, Ron Lyle came for him, but he did not defeat good George. George ended the night in Las Vegas with a win by showing the enemy not to come for me. In this thing called life, you may find yourself afflicted in every way, perplexed, persecuted, and struck down. But don't give up to the cares of this world. You better tell the world, don't come for me. Y'all don't hear me talking in here. Y'all don't hear me talking in here. You have a greater calling on your life. You got a greater anointing on your life. You have a greater purpose on your life. And if the enemy can snatch that away from you, he will win. But you don't let him win. Tell the enemy, don't come for me. You are greater than his attacks. You are greater than his traps. You are greater than his tricks. So don't come for me. And today I want to end today, but because y'all are here, since y'all just so happy to be here, I got a son to play football too. He ain't over there. I don't know where he is. He's in the building. He in the office. That's where he is. Thank you, baby. But I remember my son playing football with Little League. We used to play with the Jackson Bears. And I can remember he was out there running. He was always a running back, but when they would get in a crunch, they put him on the defensive side. They put him on the side. If they run to the left, they say, AD, you go to the left. And it was a big boy. I mean, he was a big one. You really mean he was cornbread eating boy. I know he was. I wanted to see his birth certificate, but they wouldn't allow that at the particular time. Everybody, they couldn't handle this boy. I don't care if they put 2 or 3 people on his side. Big boy was knocking them down. And I looked up and they telling AD to come on in. I said, what are he getting ready to do? They put him on that side. I'm wearing no full well. They ain't got my baby on the side with this big old boy. Oh, they took off. They made a play. AD hit him. He just bounced off of him. I said, that big old boy just knocked my baby slap down on his. It made another play. AD went at him again. He just bounced off of him. I said, AD, you got to get his leg, take his legs from under. Hello. When the rest of them were getting scared, they were coming out, they limping it. I said, Lord, they going out one by one, Jesus. Give them strength for their weak, Lord. Or prop them up on their leaning side. This ain't looking good for the whole team. I said, AD, you can't hit him up high, baby. You keep bouncing off of him. And they got to take his legs from him. Because you ain't got no legs, you can't